Dear chess friends, hello. Welcome to video course and welcome to first game we will introduce here. Famous Alekhine-Marshall game played in Baden-Baden 1925. That game is extremely important to understand concept of dynamics. And you will see what happened in that remarkable game, and you will see why I decided to present that remarkable game. Alekhine on the move started with his favorite d4, opponent played d5, and after c3, Marshall plays his favorite line knight f6. Alekhine was also e4 player, but against Marshall, it is very wise to play d4 because he usually goes for this. This immediately leads to active position full of dynamics if white takes on d5. And Alekhine didn't miss. He gets his chance. C takes d5, of course, here is the most principal and just the best answer. Why c takes d5? There is knight c3, there is knight f3, there is e3, there is g3, there is everything you can do, but knight c takes d is best because that pawn should be taken before it is defended by other pawn. Black didn't play c6, black didn't play e6, and now black must take with some piece. If black takes with a queen, that will help you to get tempo after knight c3 and to gain center sooner or later with e4. Marshall usually takes with knight, and e4 was played. Now again, white gets tempo, building strong pawn center. Black answered knight f6, all that is normal. There is nothing wrong with knight b6, but okay. And here white has many options. For me, knight c3 looks more logical than played move, and e3 looks more logical than played move. But Alekhine was sure his bishop belongs to d3 because black will probably play e6. So he directs bishop toward h7 after e5 to attack, and maybe that knight from d2 can deviate to go there. From b1 can deviate to go to d2 and then f3, who knows. For me, e5 is more logical than knight c3, but that means nothing still. That is matter of style. And what to suggest to black? Black played e5. Why e5? Well, e5 is just the fastest possible way to finish development. And that is not bad at all. Problems will arise later after mistake that will be just happen few moves after this move. Why not e6? Why e5? e6 opens one bishop but closes another one. Activating c8 bishop to b7 by fianchetto is too slow and cannot be good advice here. Position is extremely dynamical. Opponent has dangerous central pawn phalanx, and you must do something immediately, either to block it or to destroy it. If possible to destroy, that should be taken. That should be better. e5. What after e5? Well, white is practically forced to take. d5 cannot be suggested simply because black has c6, and there sooner or later will be symmetry with perfect situation for black. So de, and black plays knight g4. Knight f3. Knight c6 with idea to gain material back. Bishop b4 can be met with knight c3, and there are some threats like this. Or maybe queen b3. So that is a matter of style, but black played knight c6 cannot be bad. And now white decided to go for the most active move. That is bishop g5. Why bishop g5? Well, it is always good to activate piece with a tempo, but there is some small problem. Small problem is because after bishop e7, black eliminates attack to queen with tempo and attacks your bishop with tempo. So you must practically take, and black takes with queen. That happened in the game. Now black is again ahead in development. White did 2 moves with the bishop, black did 1, and activating the queen. Instead of this, another idea can be just, instead of bishop g5, other idea can be to castle. For instance, black takes, and bishop e2, where f4 would be on the agenda sooner or later. Black practically must take the queen, and rook d1. Formally, black has better majority, but formally black has not developed pieces. Black cannot castle long, that would be good if possible, because the rook guards on the file, and something like bishop d7 can lead to problems after f4. Bishop c5 is not dangerous, just king f1. So what to suggest to black? Probably bishop c5, neutralizing the pawn f2, preventing f4, and then maybe even insisting in castling long side, queen side after bishop d7 and castling. So maybe this weak idea to do that. White should be preferred. There is maybe knight d2, knight b3 with the tempo, but that would be completely different story. This continuation bishop g5 is even more dynamic. And dynamical player met dynamical player. There must be extremely dynamical clash. Dynamical clash, and everything still looks so normal. Knight c3, and now I suggest you to pause the video and to suggest a plan for black. Evidently, it is good to take the pawn. Looks like there is nothing better, but that's not same how to take. Black has options to take with one knight and with other knight. And after taking to e5, again black has two options, to take with knight or with the queen. What should you choose? Well, I think more common maybe to take with c knight, but that happened. And here, after this, Marshall plays for tricks. Of course, white will not castle short to get mate on next move, right? He played queen e5 with idea to prevent white casting. And now we must stop for a moment. Marshall plays for tricks, preventing casting. Okay, knight e5 for me is more logical and better. It's open position, and it would be natural for black to intend to give knight for the bishop. I think you will agree with that. There is nothing strange. White will probably move bishop somewhere to e2 with preparing f4, or maybe to c2, or maybe to b5 with a tempo. That would be different situation. Queen e5. Now normally h3, sorry, knight f6, and you are on the move. This is key moment in the game. Observe position deeply, pause the video, and try to get solution for white. What should be the plan? Now I will explain everything, and I will try to explain in details. White has possibility to castle on king side, but also there is possibility to prepare castling on the queen side. Black has possibility to castle on the king side, but also it is not bad for black to go for castling queen side. What would be good for white? What would be good for black? That depends on other factors. And let's take care about the other factors. Black will activate bishop on d7 or a6. Minor pieces would be almost symmetrically placed, and there will be a real balance. But there is difference in pawn structure. Black has formally better majority. 3 versus 2 is better than 4 against 3. But white 4 against 3, a majority is more dangerous here because there is e pawn. And after white plays f4 and e5, that is not dangerous because white will create passed pawn and win the game by promotion. No. Passed pawns are almost never dangerous if they are in center. Idea of preparing f4 and e5 is to kick opponent pieces back and to open pieces to attack on the king side. For instance, bishop d3 will attack on h7. That would be even more important if black castles there. Does that mean black should castle queenside? Exactly. White attack f4, e5 would not be as dangerous if black castles queenside. So now we know black would rather castle queenside. But black must move the bishop and then to castle. If bishop e6, maybe white can do bishop c2, preventing castle. What if bishop d7? Looks like black will castle, and that would be good. Bishop d7, bishop c6, castling long. Looks like black would be perfect. Yes, but it is white turn. Let's see what can white do here. Plan will be to play f4, e5. Even if white castles short, or let's say white castles king side, and if black castles queen side, normal plan would be to play f4, e5 with initiative, because that will force opponent to move pieces back and back. That would cause serious disorder, and as you can see, knight must go to d7 or even to 8 rank in case of f4, e5. On other hand, if white castles king side and if black castles king side, still that will remain the plan. If white castles long side, queen side, wherever black castles f4, e5 will remain the best and the most natural plan for white. But what is the clear? If you want to play f4 and d5, that is good and that is natural, and I will just say you are right. But if you want to do some plan, to perform, to realize some plan, it is also good if you can try to make that plan more and more and more dangerous for your opponent. How on earth that plan would be the most dangerous for black as possible? Well, that plan would be the most dangerous for black if white castles queen side and if black castles king side. I think you will agree with me. So there are 4 options for castling. The best option for black related to plan f4, e5 is if white castles to queen side and if white castles to king side and black castles to queen side. On other hand, if white castles to queen side and if black castles to king side, I will mark this green. That's something white want to achieve. But how to prevent black castling long? How to prevent castling queen side with this move? Excellent, simple move. With light square bishops on the board, queen just belongs on dark square. Don't forget, queen d2 prepares f4. Black play bishop d7, preparing to castle. Because I told you if bishop e6, maybe there can be just that. So black played bishop d7, and now queen e3. Excellent move, amazing move. Black never can castle now because attack on a7. One may say black can play b6. Yes, but if black plays b6, well, there is this move. And black cannot play queen d4, black cannot play queen c5. If you too early play this, oh, there can be this move. Now there is not bishop b5 check, and black is okay. So, queen e3 first, preventing castling on the queen side and preparing f4 in best possible way. Bishop c6, castling, and black castle king side. And that's exactly the situation white wanted to achieve. How to win the game? Does that mean it is winning? Well, it is so close to winning, or maybe strategically already winning. White has better development, 4 against 3, and white gets terrible initiative. Now game will become full of dynamics. f4, queen e6. I would rather suggest something else. I think queen e7 must be better because queen belongs to dark square. Also, queen on e6 would be soon under attack of f pawn after white plays even f5. Let's see what happened. Marshall was not good defender and such fearless attackers in the past almost always had problems when defending. Give that position to Rubinstein or Nimzowitsch, or of course Dr. Lasker. I'm pretty sure Black will defend much better. To be fair, I don't think anyone else may help Black here to survive. E5. What can Black do? Knight on D5 cannot be suggested because there is just Queen E4, or maybe taking with F5 later. Black played normal move. Pinning, white defends, and Rook A8. All that looks normal for both sides. White is on the move. How would you continue? Of course, use dynamical potential of your pawn avalanche, pawn armada in the center, and play F5. Queen E7. Queen C8 must be lost after Queen G3. If knight moves, there is F6, and Black position on the king's side sooner or later will be devastated. Queen E7. Knight, Queen G5, Knight E5, and now F6. All that is natural, and there is a real triumph of white strategy. Black must play this. And in this moment, I want to remind you on Black terrible strategy. From the move number 2, Knight F6, Black helped white by giving him many tempi for free. Knight D5, then pawn E4, pawn F4, pawn E5, pawn F5, and now even pawn F6. All these moves were done with some tempo. Very bad play by Marshall in that game. Bishop C4. Everything goes smoothly. White allows Black to take on C3. Why? As you can see, Queen on G5 affects both on G7 and on D8. So in some moment after F takes G7, Black Rook on D8 would be under attack. So Bishop C4, Knight C3. Now don't take on G7 because there is Rook D1 intermediate move. Check. First take the Rook. And after this, take there. Black is devastated, and he tries with nice trick like this. White will take that knight, that's not problem. Queen on F8 is under attack, so White has enough time to organize whatever he wants. But if you take directly, you will allow Black to escape. Now there is Rook D7, pawn G7 defends Black. White cannot play E6, that pawn is pinned. Rook defends F7. Otherwise, there will be, for instance, if this, not Queen D4, if this, for instance, there would be even this. Check. And even if there is no G8, there is E6 and Queen falls. So G8 wins, of course. So, in that situation, Rook D7 and Black would be even better. But White has King B1, Queen E8, E6. Clean that diagonal. There is no Bishop D5 move. Check opponent king, that would be mate. Black is hopeless. And Bishop E4. Last trick. What would you do as White? If you take knight, terrible mistake. Mate in 1. If you take bishop, there is Rook D1 with Queen A4 again. So, White just play King A1. No checks, no defense. No defense for Black. If he takes, there will be just, if there is nothing better, there will be this. And now taking. Now Queen D4 will get the bishop and Black Knight will be in danger. Absolutely winning. Maybe there is even something better. But after F5, of course, E7, Rook D5, Queen F6, threatening Queen F8, take look on Black pieces. Horrible situation. queen f7, and now that just wins. If black takes, bishop d5 ends the game. But what do I want to say? Remember the moment took a lot of time in that video where I explained you with pawns on e4 and f2 white should go for preparing f4, e5. Look now that heroes, look now these heroes, look now these pawns. They are now on e7 and g7. What a desperados. Once again, let's see that remarkable game briefly. Knight f6, bad move, but characteristic for dynamical martial playing style. e5, again, the most dynamical approach, taking. Black takes back, but after black takes back, he did it badly with queen. He should take with knight. And now, queen d2, as I told you, as I explained, white wants f4, e5, but best version for white to perform this plan would be if white castles queen side and if black castles king side. And white played queen e3 to prevent castling long, castling queen side for the black. Amazing understanding of chess performed by Alekhine. And now everything goes smoothly. White cannot miss the win. Black helped with queen e6, queen e7 would be better. But now white pawns goes ahead and ahead and ahead. And there is no stop. Everything is forced. Every move is single threat. Every move is new attack. What a brilliant game. Perfect game to explain topic of centralization and of dynamical play in the center. Now, rook d8 intermediate move and everything collapsed. Black tried with last tricks with bishop e4, of course, but there is nothing and punishment was well deserved and brutal. My dear chess friends, that would be all for that video. I hope you enjoy and you found a lot of instruction in that remarkable game. See you soon with new examples. We will see Alekhine again in action. Bye bye.